Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. And today, my amazing guest, Greg Mohr. Looking forward to it. It's going to be good. Share this out with your friends, tag them, let them know we're on. Here we go. Do you want to know how amazing people connect? Well, you're in the right place. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie.
Thanks for connecting. And if you like what you hear, please share.
Special thank you to our sponsors of Marketing with Russ, SMI Property Management, Extreme Graphics, ACMG Digital, and the Alzheimer's Association. For more information on SMI Shelter Management and their property management services, go to smiproperty.com. And for more information on Extreme Graphics in Albany, Oregon, and their amazing graphic services, go to extremegraphics.com. And for more information for ACMG Digital and their amazing media services and digital services, go to acmgdigital.com. And finally, for the Alzheimer's Association, how to give to this amazing organization in the fight against Alzheimer's, go to alz.org. Music by Connor Hedge and Protestant, used with permission. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. It is going to be an amazing day. Why? Because it's Monday. I know. There's so many of you out there like, oh, it's Monday. I love Mondays. Why? Because it's the start of a new opportunity, new possibilities for a new week. We're alive. We woke up. We're excited. I'm excited for all the things that God has before me today. So praying for you today that you will get energy and energized for your new week ahead and realize you truly are blessed and there's so many great things ahead of you. You just need to keep your eyes open, pay attention, be present, and be ready when they come. All right. So here we are, Marketing with Russ, aka hashtag Russ Selfie. Another great week. We're here every Monday and Thursday, 8 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for your viewing and listening pleasure. That's right. Not only do we go live at 8 a.m., but guess what? Then it sits on LinkedIn and YouTube forever, Facebook for 30 days. You go back and watch it and share, and you can interact with the guest and other people in the comments that were there watching the show, with the community that's there. So much you could do even after it's over. But guess what? That's not it. After we're done with that, it converts to audio podcast. You can listen on Apple Podcast or Spotify. Love for you to do that and for you to like and comment on all of those areas everywhere you can. That would be so great. So I am telling you, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a good day. And I just am praying for each one of you that you are ready for what's ahead of you today. You know, I got to tell you, Marketing with Russ, we've been here for a while now. And it is exciting to be able to come out there and share with all of you every week these amazing guests with great value. And I'm just so thankful to be able to still be in the game. And we are going on this Thursday will be our 550th episode. Big episode. Why? because this Thursday is 9/11, and I have my good friend Bobby G, who is a true 9/11 hero, and you're going to want to be tuning into that for sure. He's going to be so good. So please, please tune into that this coming Thursday. It's going to be great. And I want to tell you also that coming up, and I was going to get a picture for you, but I can't do it right at the moment. Coming up really soon, look for it, is going to be my new book. That's right, Life Happens and Then You Choose. And I'm so excited for that coming forward. And at some point, I might get a picture of that up today. But yes, it's going to be very, very exciting, very, very exciting. Looking for the release date, actually the first week of November. And oh my goodness, it's a great follow up to my book behind me, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. That's right. And so I'm really, really excited for that. It'll be out on Amazon coming up soon on ebook and then on paperback. And so please, also going to be doing some local book releases live here as well. So I'm super excited about that. So that's coming up. Well, if you're new to the show, thank you for joining us. Really excited that you're here today. You know what? What are we all about here on Marketing with Russ? Well, we're all about how amazing people connect. That's right. Amazing people connect. And those amazing people are like Greg today, and people that are in all different walks of life, different businesses, different things, but they are great connectors with people because, as Zig Ziglar always said, you build the people and then the people build your business. That's right. Zig Ziglar, an amazing mind, an amazing man of God. I actually was at a devotional meeting of Zig Ziglar's son and his former secretary that I go to every Monday. What a blessing. Zig Ziglar was an amazing man. Okay, so I love to connect. Speaking of connection, so go to russhedge.com today, russhedge.com, and you can connect direct with me any way you want. All my social media is there, my email, my phone number. You can even schedule time directly on my calendar. That's right. You can schedule your own appointment with me based on the times I have available. Pick one, and we'll be all set to Zoom. It'll send you a Zoom link automatically. That'd be great. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube. It's growing by leaps and bounds. Would love for you to be part of that. You know, one of the best ways to improve your SEO is just let everybody know what's going on and get people to organically join. And today, I'm telling you, so much value on my YouTube page. Why? Not because of me. I mean, I am a happy, upbeat guy, and I will cheer you up for sure. But amazing, amazing people like Greg, going on thousands of them now, are there through Marketing with Russ, Russ Reels Live, the Experience Live with Russ and Scott, and the Experience Local. All my live streams are there. So you can check into those. You can connect with the individuals. You will find a few people that you really connect with and that you might want to reach out to. So please subscribe today. In fact, why don't you open a tab right now? There you go. Open a tab, and this is what you do. Type in marketingwithruss.live. Marketingwithruss.live. There you go. If you know the name of the show, you can go straight to my YouTube page, marketingwithruss.live. I am a simple-minded guy. My website, russhedge.com, if you know my name. My YouTube, marketingwithruss.live. You can get there so simply, so simply. Also, do me a big favor now as we're getting ready to talk to Greg. Share this out. Tag your friends. Let them know we're on, because people forget it's Monday. They need a little reminder. So if everybody would be so kind that's on already, please think of at least one person and tag them right now and say, hey, join us. Please join us this morning. You're going to want to hear what Greg has to say. So, all right, there you go. So we've already talked about the books. We've talked about all that. It's time for the marketing tip of the day. And the marketing tip of the day is based on, a lot of times I get the inspiration from my guests, and I have got that inspiration from Greg this morning. So this will get cut out, put out separately on YouTube Shorts, social media, so you can actually rewatch and share just the marketing tip of the day. And I would love if you would comment on it. Let me know what you think of the marketing tip of the day. The reason that I do these marketing tips are they're little nuggets to encourage you and get you to think. Encouragement is what it is. It's not to rechange your entire life, it's to just push you in the right direction. So, are you ready? Okay, here we go. This is your marketing tip of the day. Franchise your marketing. What do you mean by that, Russ? Franchise your marketing. Well, what I mean is, why recreate the wheel? Just like in a franchise is a nicely packaged program. We'll talk about that today because you're working with a company that already has established themselves, and they are giving you that blueprint to use as a franchise to get out there and sell their product or service or whatever that might be. So think about that in terms of marketing. Why always recreate the wheel? Why not look at companies that have nicely packaged already put together that you can work with, that you can collaborate with, and franchise your marketing? Take that. The other good thing you can do is also work with individuals that already have nice packages, coaches, consultants that can help you in that same way. Don't feel like you're alone. Don't try to do it all by yourself. Work with others, franchise your marketing, and that is your marketing tip of the day. All right, there we go. I am ready. We're going to get Greg in the room and get this thing rolling. All right. Morning, Greg.
Good morning, Russ.
How are you, my friend?
It's another beautiful day in the neighborhood, sir.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood, for sure, for sure. Well, listen, let's start off with the basics. Who in the world is Greg and what are you up to?
For us, what I do is I help ambitious entrepreneurs and investors find a thriving franchise fit, or I can flip their business into one. So every day I'm helping out all sorts of different people who are interested in getting into the world of franchising or just need some education, just need some information on it.
Well, okay, so let's back up on that just a little bit. First of all, how did you get into this whole concept of franchising and marketing? Where did you come from and what moved you into this? Were you a franchise previously? Give us a little backstory.
You got it, Russ. So going into the Wayback Machine there, my first foray into franchising, believe it or not, was back when I was 16. And, we all got jobs when we were 16 to get some extra money. And most of us got jobs at fast food places. Mine just happened to be Taco Bell. I knew the managers over there and they were hiring at the time. So let's do it. So I ended up finding out that I worked for a master franchisor who owned 50 Taco Bells throughout the Sacramento, California and Woodland, California area. And I lived in Woodland, California at the time on there. So that was my first time that I knew anything about franchising. Did that for about 4 years, went on to manage other restaurants after that. Got bored with that, went on to being a microelectronic circuit engineer, got a degree in electrical engineering and physics, master's degree in business. But me and a partner of mine, we bought some dry cleaners, storage units. I also had rental properties as well. So after 30 years in the corporate world, we both decided we had enough, or the company decided they had enough of us on that one. And we got out of the corporate world. And I said, that franchising thing was pretty cool. I don't have the latest, greatest idea, but I do know that was a lot of fun. It was one of the best times of my life. So I said, I got to get back into that. So I went out and went click happy. I had about 20 different franchise development people calling me. And I finally got a hold of a franchise consultant. Did not know they existed at the time. That was really cool. And he said, all right, let's just put a hold on all that stuff that you're doing there. And let's figure out, where have you been? Where are you at now? Where do you want to be? And let's design some franchises around what you're looking to accomplish. And so he got me into a telecommunications consulting franchise with Schooley Mitchell Telecommunications Consultants. I did that for a while. Dennis Schooley was absolutely wonderful. Set the stage for what franchising is all about. Absolutely wonderful training. But after a while, I decided that, I really like what that franchise consultant was doing. So I went back and said, teach me what you do. I like that. And I got into his organization, and that was about 12 years ago, and I haven't looked back since.
Well, I think that a lot of people don't realize there's so many people that I think kind of feel stuck. They want to be an entrepreneur. They want to get out there, have their own business. They don't really know how to go about things. They don't know how to market everything. And this is where franchises really come in handy. Give us a little breakdown. I mean, I alluded to it in the marketing tip of the day, but give us a little breakdown of what you get with a franchise that's already ready to roll.
So what you're doing with the franchise, and the reason you pay the franchise fee, which is generally around $50,000 or so, and the ongoing royalties, which is generally between 5 and 10%. What do you get for all that money? You get a proven system, a proven model where the franchisor themselves has done everything in the past. So they've marketed in various areas, in various ways in the past. They know what works, and most importantly, they know what does not work out there as far as marketing and advertising go. You don't have to come up with your own marketing plan or advertising plan, or you don't have to go to Canva and design everything. Everything is laid out there for you. So they've got a plan of action. You never wonder, what am I going to do next? They've got it all laid out for you. Here's who you market to. Here's the social media channels you market on. Here's what you say to people. Here's your target audience. They've got all that lined out. You just pay for it, but they've got all the marketing and advertising slicks already for you. You just pay for it. They got it all lined out. Follow their script. And that's why you get into franchising, is because you've got a playbook at a time, and that's what you're paying for. Use that and go with that, and your chances of success are that much greater.
Yeah, well, that's just it. I think that what it does is it takes the knowledge and the expertise of others that have really been able to put together great programs that are obviously proven and worked, right? I mean, if you go into a McDonald's franchise, I think it's worked pretty good over the years, if you do it right, right? I mean, so there you go. And I mean, and I tell you that the founder of McDonald's Core, he was really kind of a genius when it came to franchising. And that's really what, really kind of sparked a lot of people. Not that the concept hadn't been around there before, but it's amazing the things that he did. So one thing that I think that people think, well, I mean, then I have to do things a certain way and I can't do it my way. Talk about that. Is there flexibility within franchises, or do you pretty much have to stick with the way they got it?
There is flexibility, Russ, with franchises. They do allow you to be flexible. I had a person that went into a child education franchise, and she had come from the gaming industry in Reno, Las Vegas. And yeah, she was in the Las Vegas area, picked up the whole Las Vegas Valley there for that. And she got into that, and she said, there's one thing you folks never did or haven't done yet, and you haven't hit up all the hotels and motels. And they're like, no, we haven't. We have no idea how that'll work. We have no idea if that'll work. But if you want to do that, feel free. You go right ahead and give it a try. She did. It did not work out for her on that one. So she went back to their core model and stuck with that, and everything worked out fine on that one. But they do give you that flexibility to do different things. And that's going to vary quite a bit on the franchise system. It's also going to vary quite a bit on how many franchisees and how long that franchise has been in operation. If you do something like, one of the hair salons that have been around for ages and they have, a few thousand franchisees, they're really not going to be open to you doing a whole lot of strange or different things, doing nails or massages or something like that, because it's just not their core model. So you're probably going to get a lot of resistance with the franchise that have been around for a long, long time. They've got that whole process and system down. I always ask them, that's where new ideas come from, is from franchisees who want to experiment with something different. And some of them are very open to, let's try something different. We'll try it out in your market. If that works, we'll expand out into one or two more markets on that. So there is, it's not set in stone all the time. It depends on the franchise, but there is a lot of opportunity for you to be creative yourself.
Well, see, and that I think is what is important for people to know. So they need to know who they're working with, where the areas of flexibility are, and what the things they really need to stick to. But a lot of times, the reason I think franchises have certain rules and regulations you've got to stick with is because that's what makes you successful, and that's why they've already their model, right? And so this is one thing I think, when people get into the whole thing about, they want to do their own business, but they don't really know how to do it. And that's why you go to people in franchises. And I highly recommend Greg for all of you today to talk to about how to franchise your business. Let's say that you're in the food industry, but you don't know how to franchise and who you would want to go with. I'm sure Greg would have a lot of suggestions. So let's say I come to you, Greg, and I say, listen, I've got this burger joint and I really want to franchise it because I'm not doing that well. I'm struggling. I need help. How do I go about this? And also I need to be thoughtful of how much it's going to cost me, because franchises aren't cheap either. Can you guide me in those areas?
Oh, absolutely, Russ. So if you're looking to franchise your business on that, it's interesting, Russ, you said about how the guy over at McDonald's was a genius. If you watch the show, what was his movie on that? But the movie that was in about getting started at McDonald's, he wasn't a genius about the franchisees he wanted to begin with on that one. If you remember correctly, he actually picked out a couple of semi-absentee owners that didn't work out quite as well as he'd hoped. So he had a little learning curve there. So you want to be and turn your business into a franchise. That's one of the things you need to consider as well as what type of person that you want to bring into the franchise itself. So
Right.
have a good idea of the founder. That was that movie I was trying to think of, but have a good idea of what type of people you want. But even before that, generally speaking, it's around $50,000, give or take, to turn your business into a franchise. There's a few things that are very nice to have ahead of time if you want to turn your business into a franchise. It makes it easier or it makes it open to more people that are interested in it. You want to, one is make certain that your product or service can be used by as many people in as many cities and states as possible. So we were just talking about a food franchise. Obviously, everybody eats. So that's pretty easy to do. You can do it in any city or state, anywhere in the U.S. for that. But if you're not in food, if you're in something else, the more people can use it, the more people you'll attract. If you've reproduced it, if you have more than one location, that's always a good plus on that. It's not necessary. We've done it with the bare minimum when we've grown businesses on that. But if you've shown that you can already reproduce it, that's great. If it's in another city or even another state that you reproduced it, even better. So that
it's interesting.
just grow in there.
Yeah, sorry, Greg, you had a little glitch there. My bad. Sorry to interrupt you. I was going to say that it's interesting when you go back to the founder of McDonald's. He did have struggles at the beginning, and what is that a good lesson for? I'll let you speak to this, but I was just going to say it's a good lesson for not giving up and trying to improve on something that is good. If you get the wrong people involved or things, you struggle a little bit, doesn't mean that it won't work. It just means you got to make adjustments, right?
Yeah, persistence, perseverance. You got to have that if you're going to be an entrepreneur. You know that as well as I do. All of our entrepreneurs out there know that same thing. You got to be persistent on that, and they're not failures. They're just learning curves along the way. You learn that, okay, that was not my ideal client or my ideal franchisee. Chalk it up to learning. Let's move on that. But persistent, keep letting it pay off. The third thing I was going to say, if you're going to turn your business into a franchise, is it really helps if you're making, you're netting $100,000 or more on that. You can attract more people if you're doing that. So as many people as possible can use your product or service. You've reproduced it at least once. And then if you're making 100,000 or more net profit on that, those are three good positive areas that will help you boost your sales and have more people interested in coming to look at your business. Not set in stone, could still do it, but that just helps us out to find people that are interested in getting involved with your franchise.
Yeah, exactly. And I have known some very, very successful franchises, but the individuals that ran them didn't do so well. And so that is why a lot of times too, when you're talking about persistence and being willing to make that change and hold on, right? And keep moving forward. But people just give up sometimes too easily. So like I said, I've known people that have worked in a successful franchise but not been successful. And I know people that have taken things that really haven't been that successful and made them wildly successful. So a lot of that is on your own personal choices and how you're actually moving forward with your business, right? Because you can take any system, Greg, and you can make it work or not work depending on how you choose to move with that. So I think that's why people need you. They need somebody like Greg to help guide them through and help them out, because I know nothing about franchises. I'd be coming to you in a heartbeat because I don't know anything about it and I need somebody to help me and guide me. So just give them a quick rundown. How does that work? If I come to you and I say, I want to hire you, how do I hire you? Is it like, do I hire you hourly? Do you have certain packages, certain programs, certain things that already are set in stone? How does that work?
If you want me to help you find a franchise, Russ, and you want to go with one of the 750 different franchises I work with, then my services are free to you on that. The franchisor pays me a referral fee if you decide to invest in one of the franchises I introduce you to on that. I will take you through the entire process. So when you come to me, like people do, no charge to you for my services. My services are free. We look at the franchises that I work with, many different franchises, many different industries. I get to know you. Where have you been? Where are you at now? Where do you want to be on that? First phone call we'll have is you get to know me and you ask me any questions you want about franchising. I want you to be comfortable moving on to the next step. Next step, we get together. I'll have sent you out a questionnaire to fill out. You'll fill out a questionnaire. We'll go over quite a few more questions I'll have for you, trying to get to know you better so that I can narrow down that list of franchise opportunities that are out there for you. After that call, I put together a list of 5 or 10 different franchise opportunities, my little one pages on each, send those out to you. Our next call, we go through that list. We narrow it down to 2 or 3 that you feel good about. All these are going to be franchisors that are looking to grow in your area. There are people that you are looking for based on everything you told me, and these franchisors are looking for people like you. Once we get that list narrowed down to 2 or 3, I send out introductions, introduce the 2 of you, and then I walk you through the investigation process of those franchises, going through the due diligence on their CPAs, if need be, funding people, franchise attorneys, and we'll make certain that you know what you're getting yourself into before you sign on the dotted line, and making certain that you're okay with it.
Well, I love that. That is amazing because you're there to help me for no additional cost and help me figure out what franchise is going to work best for me. Wow, that's an amazing deal. So I am telling you, I've said it already, but I want everybody who's even thought about this, you need to connect with Greg today and give him a chance to kind of help guide you a little bit through what's going on. So, Greg, I need to get ready to wrap things up here for today. So, why don't you start by giving us what I call your gold nugget of the day? What is the most important thing you want people to remember from today's conversation? And tell everybody how they get in touch with you because I'm there. If I want a franchise, I'm already calling you. So let me know how to get in touch with you. So start with the golden nugget. Go ahead.
Franchising is a great option to look into. I'll tell you right off the top that not a franchise is not for everybody, but there is a franchise for everybody out there. So I'm not going to push it. It's all about education on that. It's a good option to look into if you're not getting to where you want to be as quickly as you want to. So give me a call, 361-772-6401. My email is greg@franchisemaven.com. And my website is franchisemaven.com. That's franchise, M-A-V as in Victor, E-N.com. I answer my own phone. So if I don't answer, just leave a message. I will get back to you.
Perfect. Got all your information up there. There's your phone number. Got that ready to go. I'm telling you, I love that. I love that point. There's a franchise out there for everybody. And you know what? I am a huge, huge fan of collaboration and working together, like I noted in my marketing tip of the day today. Why recreate the wheel, everybody, when you've got so many great opportunities out there? People like Greg and franchises that can help guide you through the process and make you successful. So today, I just highly recommend that. And Greg, I appreciate you so much for being here today with me. What a blessing you are. Thank you for sharing with the audience today.
Thank you for having me today, Russ. It's been an honor.
You're a blessing. Hey, hang tight for just a second. I'm going to say goodbye on screen, but I'll be right with you.
Very good, sir.
Get the right person up here at the very end. If you hit the right buttons, that's always a good thing. Greg's thinking, wow, I'm here all by myself to close the show. Okay. This is live, people. Live, live, live. It happens live. And you know what? That's what makes it fun. I tell you, I just love life, even when you make mistakes. So Greg is an outstanding individual. I love what he's all about. I was so excited to have him on the show today because we haven't had a franchiser like him here on Marketing with Russ. And that is such a great opportunity. There is a franchise out there for everybody. You need to at least talk to him. If you're starting a new business and if you need help, at least explore the opportunity. I highly, highly recommend it. All of his information, by the way, it was sitting there in the comments, in the show notes, and it's now on the bottom of the screen. And I'm telling you, you want to, let's see here. Yes, it is. It's right there on the bottom of the screen. I'm going to get his phone number. There it is. There's his phone number too. You need to get in touch with Greg today because I'm telling you, he can actually help you and guide you. And there's no cost because he gets paid by the franchisor. So, all right. Joe, thanks so much for being here today. If you have any questions, hey, don't hesitate to reach out to me, reach out to Greg. I highly recommend not only you connect with us, but connect with other people in the comments, those that have been here today. And if you didn't make it live, and you didn't make it in the comments live, please, if you're watching on a replay, put hashtag team replay and say hi. Let us know what you think. I would love to have your comments. You know, there's a lot more people that watch on replay than watch live. It's a busy Monday morning. I get that. So I just love it. If you would please take time and just tell us what you think. Like, comment, and don't forget, please join our YouTube page. I'm going to put that up for you again here if I can get over there. It is such an easy way to take a look at all the past episodes, and you get fun stuff too on YouTube Shorts. You're going to want to check that out. But just go to marketingwithruss.live today to join my YouTube page. Even if you're watching on replay, you can share this and tag your friends, even on replay. And don't forget, this converts to audio podcast, so you can watch on audio podcast as well. And would love for you to do that. Putting Greg's information up here one more time. I am so blessed for those of you who joined us live again today. Don't forget that we are listener supported. And I want to put this up here and show you today, and would love for you to be part of this. And what does that mean, listener supported? Besides our amazing sponsors, which we're sponsor supported as well, you have an opportunity, listener supported, to give whatever amount you would like to give and help us towards the production cost and the making of all of my live streams. I would highly appreciate it. There's a cost involved with all that, and we can't do it without you. Thanks so much for all your support, all you who do a regular giving, the listener supported. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Also, want to just tell you here, I just appreciate our sponsors. I'm going to put that up again today. Today was SMI Property Management, Extreme Graphics, ACMG Digital, and the Alzheimer's Association. I am so thankful for amazing sponsors every week that help us also put this on. So I appreciate all you. Wanted to let you know about one opportunity I have. So I'm doing my New York sponsorship again, heading to New York the 1st of October coming up. The 3rd through the 5th is the Perspectives on Cancer live conference. If you have not already done it, go to perspectivesoncancer.com and sign up today. You can be there too. I would love to meet you live at the Perspectives on Cancer. It's in Garrison, New York this year. I will be speaking and encouraging every morning, and so would love to have you there. Also, in order to get there, all you know my cancer journey and all that I've been through. So to offset the cost, because I have to pay my way to get there, I have a New York sponsorship, only $150. And what do you get? You get a live stream sponsorship, you get a digital ad, a $700 value that runs the whole week before and the day after your live stream episode. And so it's an amazing value for you, but the $150 not only pays for the sponsorship, it gives me a little bit to help me get to New York. So if you feel so led, the giving links will be in the comments, and you can also scan the QR code that I showed you right there. There you go. And that is also on social media and easy to find. So thank you so much for being a blessing to me, and looking forward to seeing you again this coming Thursday on Marketing with Russ. We'll have another amazing guest, and I told you who it is, Bobby G, a true 9/11 hero. That's right, it's 9/11 this Thursday, and he is an amazing man. He gave me a personal tour of the 9/11 museum. He gave me a tour of the area around that was affected, and he gave me pictures of what it looked like when he was doing the cleanup. He was down under the buildings that collapsed, digging people out just after it happened. You're going to want to come and see that. It's going to be an amazing show. So anyway, love to see you see that. And also, here you go. Life Happens and Then You Choose. That's my upcoming book. You can see it right next to my first book, Befuddled, Live the Life You Choose. And now it's Life Happens and Then You Choose. All of those books, by the way, are available at russhedge.com. You get them on Amazon. Life Happens won't be out till November, but Befuddled and my other books are available on Amazon and at russhedge.com, and would love for you to pick up a copy of that. So, okay, with that, we're going to get this off the screen. There we go. And thank you for being here. I am very grateful this morning for all of you. Have a blessed and amazing week. And until Thursday, we'll see you then. Okay, bye, everybody.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Marketing with Russ, aka #RussSelfie. Be sure to subscribe in your favorite podcast app so that you don't miss a single episode. Have an amazing day.